there's ways you win a state championship is, first of all, you have to have great players.
Yeah.
And we had great players. We had great players.
Okay.
Second thing is you have to stay injury-free.
Yes.
You have to stay injury-free. And for the most part, we fought through some injuries, and we played injury-free. The third thing is the ball has to bounce the right way.
Oh, yeah.
Ball has to bounce. You have to have some luck.
Yeah.
You have to have some luck.
Yes.
And then you have to have the officials call a good game. All right? Not everything goes your way all the time, but you have to fight through that. But officials have to call a good game. You have to have those four things, and you can win. The stars aligned for us. The stars aligned, and we got that done. But the ironic thing about it was we were the first Chesterfield County school to win it since 1995.
94.
94.
Meadowbrook.
That was
When he played on the Meadowbrook team.
And thank you. I want you to clarify. Thank you for saying that.
For Meadowbrook team.
Thank you.
That was coached by Mike Sutton.
Yeah.
Right.
Who was assisted
We had a really
with
good.
my AAU kitchen and program. And so the system that we have taken from all the coaches that we have learned
Tremendous.
from helped us with our great players get to the pinnacle of high school basketball, which I think is an unbelievable story and a lot of connections. But I mean, Matt, you can talk about Coach Sutton in that journey as well. If you
Well, yeah, that team. Well, we were number 22 in the nation, USA Today. So it was a really good team, and it was the year after Iverson had won.
And can I tell you something about that? Mm-hmm. And you just said stars align. Now, you know that 94 team, Iverson was going to come back.
We know.
Right. Right. So a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
Iverson and Rutland was
Yeah.
coming back. So I'm going to let you go into that. But I had to do that for my viewers because I had somebody to talk about that. And I was like,
Well, I'll speak on that because I've watched because you can watch all of the old Bethel games on YouTube.
Yep.
There's they had a, which we don't have in Richmond. I wish we had, but they had a TV station that
Yep.
that does all of their games, and and they have announcers and everything. Like I wish the Richmond area had something, but I went back and watched. I'm not saying we would have beat them because
No,
we all know
speak your
Allen
mind.
Iverson.
Speak your
You know,
mind.
Bubba Chuck is maybe the best player to ever come out of the state, and maybe in both sports.
And we can't forget Tony Rutland either.
Correct. Tony Rutland was a problem, and but I did watch them play Hopewell that year. I watched the film of it.
I was at the game.
And it was at the Ash Center. And Meadowbrook, we play Hopewell. That's a district opponent.
Right.
And what's his name? Pelham.
James Pelham.
Pelham had a great game that game, but Hopewell played them close. Like Hopewell took them down to the wire, and that was interesting to me because I was like, oh wow, like okay, well and our
got a
team,
shot.
our team beat Hopewell the next year. Granted, Pelham wasn't playing, but our team beat Hopewell that next year. And the one thing that Bethel team didn't have was size, and the one thing that we had 6'6", 6'6", 6'6", 6'8", 6'5".
Right.
Like Coach Sutton put together a hell of a team. I'm not going to lie.
No, you can name some of those guys. that you-
Yeah. Let me shout those guys out. So
Yeah,
Jamal Branch.
Jamal Branch.
was our point guard, and Jamal Branch was a dog.
Shout out to Jamal. He follows the show.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I follow the show too. So
Thank you, man. I
so
appreciate
shout out to
that.
Jamal, Molly Mall. Yeah. So Jamal was a dog, and I would not have been a basketball player I turned out to be if I had not gone to Meadowbrook and played with Jamal, because he made me tougher mentally, just my game. And then we had Royal Jones, who was the two guard, and Royal Jones was a dead-eye shooter. I wouldn't have been the shooter I was without playing with Royal, because I had to shoot against Royal in practice. And then Rodney Coleman, T.J. Armstrong, and Chandler Evans, and then Naeem Fogel was coming off the bench. And so Naeem, we had 6'8" Naeem coming off the bench. Wow. And we had Steve Peters also, who was like a high jumper and a tight end. He was about 6'5". He was coming off the bench. I was probably like ninth in the rotation. I wasn't like an integral part of that team, but like I was on the team. But yeah, like it was a really good team, and Coach Sutton, I just learned a lot from Coach Sutton, and I only was with him that one year because he got the job with Tubby Smith and left.